introduced a topic on conflict resolution, and I gave you the intro. And so today I am here to give you the 5 myths, and of course because of time I will not be able to give you all the 5 myths about conflicts, but I will only give you 3. You see, the myth number 1 is the one that says the presence of conflict. The presence of conflict is a sign of poor manager. Friends, there will be conflicts in our families. There will be conflicts in our organizations. There will be conflicts everywhere we go. So the presence of conflicts does not necessarily mean that the manager, the supervisor, the teacher, the director is poor in his leadership, but rather we only look forward to the time when they arise and he managed them in a proper way. So actually, the main purpose of this video is to equip leaders of various sectors in how to deal with conflicts, not necessarily to avoid conflicts, but rather to deal with conflicts whenever they arise. So before I do that, I will tell you about the myths. And I think that myths are so much to conscientize, to open the eyes of those who are being led. Could be the employees, could be the children, could be those or anyone who is under the authority of somebody. Could be the wife. Conflicts will be there, I guarantee you. It is how the person in leadership handles conflicts that really matters. And so, as we begin with our presentation, we are going to look at myth number 1. Is the one that the presence of conflict, that says the presence of conflict is a sign of poor manager. This myth plays both effective low self-esteem and puts the manager into a cycle of worry. The fact is that conflicts happen. An effective manager anticipates conflicts when possible, deals with it immediately, and enjoys the absence whenever it's possible. Relationships are too diverse to effectively judge a manager based on the presence or absence of the conflict. You will be judged by what you do when conflicts arise, not by the absence. So only know you are a powerful leader when the conflicts arise and you are able to deal with them in an intelligent manner. So that's the first one. Conflicts, dear friends, will be there. Myth number 2. Myth number 2 is one that says conflict is a sign of low concern in organization. That's a lie. This implies that people expend enormous amounts of time and energy on things that don't matter. Generally, people defend and protect those areas where deep concern exists. So conflict indicates a genuine concern. Conflict serves as a tool for identifying your underlying values. Myth number 3. Myth number 3 is the one that says that anger is a negative and destructive. No, that's a myth. Sometimes anger can be positive. Let me read this for you. The energy needed to move in positive direction comes from the emotion generated by those who care enough to get involved. While anger is a very close to danger, notice the spelling in English of these 2 words. It can also lead to satisfaction when dealt with appropriately. So, it is not the presence of anger, but rather of conflict, but rather how we deal with conflict. And so, as we begin this journey, the purpose of this is to equip you in knowing that you will have conflicts in your organization, you will have conflicts in your family with husband and wife, children, and so forth and so forth. I will give an example of how conflicts arise sometimes. You will sometimes take for instance when the husband and wife are to make lifetime decisions on maybe where to send their children. One will say listen to UKZN, and the other one will say no, we cannot afford UKZN, listen to MUT, or wherever. Those conflicts will always be there, but it is how they manage them that really matters. And sometimes a husband will have to compromise in those cases. Will have to compromise to what the wife wants, based on the fact the fact that it is not something that really will kill you. If it is not a life and death matter or issue, then the husband can compromise in that case. And sometimes it will be the wife who will need to compromise in this case, in some cases. And so conflicts will be there. It is how we manage, and I pray and hope that you benefit from these presentations as we are going to explore more as time goes on. I hope you benefit from this. Be prepared to face them, to face conflicts, and know how to deal with those conflicts in a positive manner. And so I'm here